Don't speak loud, but I still hear every word you place near. You never stormed in like a flame. You whispered softly, said my name. In still cafes you held my gaze and taught my silence how to praise. You didn't chase, you didn't prove. You let a rhythm gently move through unmade beds and books half read. You loved me where I dared not tread. I'm tied to the quiet, where your love breathes, where peace falls softly through the leaves. You're the hush behind my song, where I always do belong. No need for thunder, fire, or fight. I found forever in your light and in the calm, where hearts ignite. I'm tied to the quiet every night. We talk in looks and subtle smiles. You walk with me in sacred miles. You draw a world that feels like peace, where all my noise begins to cease. You bring the warmth without demand. You hold my fears in open hands. Not every love is loud and wild. Some bloom gently, soft and styled. The way you breathe, the way you wait, is how I know this love is fate. I'm tied to the quiet, where your love breathes, where peace falls softly through the leaves. You're the hush behind my song, where I always do belong. No need for thunder, fire, fight. I found forever in your light and in the calm, where hearts ignite. I'm tied to the quiet every night. I'm tied to the quiet, not to fear. You made the silence feel sincere. And when the world begins to spin, I'll close my eyes and breathe you in. You don't have to prove you're mine. You show it in the simplest lines, and I will always hold you tight, tied to the quiet. And your light, tied to the quiet. of the sky hanging in your hair. You didn't notice what I saw, the way the light obeyed your flow, how shadows curved around your smile and made the room stay still a while. You read your book, your eyes half closed, and time just froze in quiet prose. No golden dress, no need for cue, just the way the light held you. words we always say, but how your silence stays. You pour the tea, I dim the light, two hearts apiece without a fight. You know the rhythm of my day without a single word to say. The clock still ticks, the world goes fast, but we have learned how love can last. In every glance, in every breath, you hold me close without a net. In the quiet of our love, where nothing needs to rise above, no grand gestures, no big show, just steady hands that never let go. In the hush where we reside, there's nothing more we need to hide. You say it best when skies are up. In the quiet of our love, we fold our days like gentle sheets. We make a home in small repeats. A crooked smile, a softened tone, and somehow I'm not so alone. Your presence hums like sacred air, the kind of peace that's always there. You hold me not in chains or lines, but in the way your heart aligns. There's no rush, there's no fear, just you and me, always here. In the quiet of our love, where nothing needs to rise above, no grand gestures, no big show, just steady hands that never let go. In the hush where we reside, there's nothing more we need to hide. You say it best when skies are up. In the quiet of our love, and the world can shout, but we stay still. With every breath, I know you will. In the quiet of our love, we find the light we're dreaming of. Through every dark, through every height, you hold me soft, you don't ask why. We don't need noise, we don't need fame, just hearts that call each other's name. Forevermore through push and shove, we'll stay in the quiet of our love. In the quiet of our love. Of our love. The world keeps turning, but we stand still. In the space where quiet it fills, you stir your coffee, smile just so. The little things you'll never know. Speak louder than the loudest page leaves its refrain. In every glance and every sigh, you write the truth without a try. It's between the lines of you and me, where love is all it's meant to be. No need for scripts or perfect speech. We're holding what we never preach. A touch, a pulse, a look too deep, where all the truest secrets sleep. That's where I live, that's where I see. Between the lines of you and me. You turn the lights off slow each night and hold me gently in the quiet. You never ask, you never chase, but still you bring the safest place. We don't need maps to feel our way. Your soul is where I choose to stay. You draw a world that fits just right, in muted tones and candlelight. The beauty lies in what we feel, unspoken love that stays so real. It's between the lines of you and me, where love is all it's meant to be. No need for scripts or perfect speech. We're holding what we never preach. A touch, a pulse, a look too deep, where all the truest secrets sleep. That's where I live, that's where I see. Between the lines of you and me. We write our story with no ink. It's in the way you breathe, the way you blink. Between the lines of you and me, there's nothing else I'd rather be. No crowd, no stage, no need to show. It's love that only we could know. In every hush and every sigh, you speak to me without goodbye, and I'll be yours eternally. Between the lines of you and me. You and me. We weren't the first to feel this way, but it sure felt brand new that day. Your hand met mine in a crowded room. The noise fell back and hearts found room. You didn't speak, you just stood still, but somehow you had broken through the chill. No sweeping move, no pressure, just the world aligning, your soul in mine. We smiled like no one else existed, and fate, it gently insisted. It felt like we were the first to love, as if the stars had shined above for us alone in perfect grace, in a world that knew no other face. Like every touch had just begun, and no one else had ever won. We held the sky, we fit the glove, like we were the first to love. We danced beneath the borrowed moon to silent songs that played too soon. You said my name like you'd known it years, and I could see through all my fears. No borrowed scripts, no histories pulled, just present tense, a heart that's full. We didn't chase, we didn't flee, we just let the moment be. Maybe others came before, but none like this, not anymore. It felt like we were the first to love, like heaven wrote us from above, like even time had to stand back and let us draw our own soundtrack. You looked at me and wrote a vow, with eyes that whispered here and now, and every star fit like a glove, like we were the first to love. There's a light behind your smile that makes the world feel slow while. Sunday morning tea for two, you hum a tune I never knew. pencil skies, but I'm lost deep in your eyes. Your laughter curls around the room like roses leaning into bloom. We never need to chase or mend. We live where Sundays never end, where Sundays never end. We stay in sunlit love and slow ballet. You touch my hand and time forgets the world outside, its rush, its threats. We breathe in soft, we speak in warm, wrapped in each other's quiet charm, where every second gently bends to where our Sundays never end. The morning paper left unread, you draw a path with words unsaid, and in your arms was never meant to sleep. Not with you lying next to me. We tiptoed through a whispered sky with stars that never question why. Your hand in mine, a sacred thread, tying dreams to all we said. No spotlight shines, no curtain call, just quiet moments where we fall into a love so deep, so wide. We float with time and drift inside. Chest, and I find rest where I love best. You don't rush in, you don't demand. You let me bloom inside your hand. A love so still it starts to sing, like lullabies on feathered wing. I've known the sun, I've known the fight. Peace comes softly with your light. Underneath the quiet stars, you show me where the soft things are. No need to shine, we only glow in ways the loudest never know. The world can spin, the night can fade, last forever, but somehow we older in the weather. You called me in the pouring rain, and somehow I forgot the pain. No fairy tale, no grand design, just you and I and borrowed time. We laughed in kitchens lit by gold, shared secrets neither dared unfold. The world kept ticking loud and fast, but love like ours refused to pass. We lived like we had forever to give, in quiet rooms where hearts forgive. Each second felt like glass and flame, so delicate but never tame. You kissed me soft, you held me tight through borrowed days and borrowed nights. And though we knew the clock would chime, we still believed in borrowed time. You never promised endless days, but love was loud in quiet ways. You trace a smile across my spine and make the ticking feel divine. We wrote no plans, we drew no line, we just made magic undefined. And maybe time was never ours, but we bloomed bright like midnight flowers. If all we had was one more breath, I'd choose you still and not regret. We lived like we had forever to give, in stolen light that made us live. Each second felt like stars aligned, so fleeting yet so deeply kind. You kissed me soft, you held me tight through borrowed days and borrowed nights. And though we knew the end would climb, we still believed in borrowed time. Time never asked us to explain, but love like this won't die in vain. We lived like we had forever to give, and that's the way I wanna live. Even if it fades away, we'll always have our borrowed days. You kissed me soft, you held me tight. You were my song, my last delight. And though the bell may one day chime, I'll always love our borrowed time. Borrowed time, still mine. Whisper it low, say it once again. I live in the hollow of your name. You never carved your love in stone. You spoke in tones that felt like home. Not loud, not sharp, not made to shine, but slow and warm like vintage wine. I found you not in rushing streets, the quiet, endless flame. I leaned into that sacred sound, where I could break and still be found. No spotlight needed, no acclaim, just love in the hollow of your name. You never tried to change the pace. You loved the mess I couldn't face, and every scar I tried to hide. You kissed like stars in midnight tide. No roaring wind, no tidal wave, just stillness deep enough to say. You called me out but didn't bind. You left me space and made me kind. And when the world forgot my part, you traced my voice back to my heart. In the hollow of your name, I let go of the weight and blame. You didn't shout, you didn't claim. You whispered and I felt the same. You didn't need to shine or win. You stayed and let the truth begin. And in that hush I lit a flame, alive in the hollow of your It's not the echo, it's the breath that pulls me softly back from death. It's not the echo. In the hollow of your name, I wrote a life, I shared my shame. You gave me peace I'd never known, and loved me when I stood alone. No curtain call, no song too loud, just quiet truths we both allowed. You were the fire inside the frame that held me safe in the hollow of your name. Still I stay in your name. A letter sealed with truth and pain, written under candle flame. You wrote me once in crimson ink, said love was deeper than we think. I held the page with trembling hands, like holding waves or desert sands. You said goodbye without a sound, yet every word still pulls me down. Crimson letter, written slow, with every line I let you go. But in the silence in my chest, the love you left, I still confess. Your perfume lingers on the page, like whispers trapped in love's old cage. I read your lines 1,000 times, each one a bell that still chimes. Was it fear? Was it fate? We found each other much too late, but I'd rewrite every part if it meant you'd stay and not break my heart. Crimson letter written slow, with every line I let you go. But in the silence, your heart speaks through paper folds and tear-stained weeds. Crimson letter in my chest, the love you left, I still confess. Crimson letter, still I keep between the pages, where I weep. Photo fades, but I still stare, like you're still breathing somewhere there. Your smile behind the glass remains frozen still, immune to pain. You left that day, no final word, just echoes only I have heard. I keep your frame upon the shelf, as if it helps me find myself. All Your gaze remains where silence speaks and love explains. You didn't rush, you didn't run. You watched the sky collapse, the sun. In every breath you held me near. Without a word I felt you clear. You weren't the storm, you were the calm. A steady pulse, an open palm. I lost the world but kept your light, reflected deep in endless night. And even now, when dreams collide, your Stillwater eyes pull back the tide. Stillwater eyes, you saw through me, past all the noise and what could be. You gave me peace I couldn't find in all the chaos of my mind. Stillwater eyes, they linger still beyond the edge of time and will. We spoke in glances, not in lines. Our silence sweeter than the rhymes. The world outside would never know what bloomed beneath our undertow. You held my storms and let them pass like rivers clearing broken glass. You made me whole in quiet ways, like sunlight filling empty days. I searched for more in distant skies, but all I need was in your eyes. Now every lake reflects your soul. The tranquil depth that made me whole. Stillwater eyes, you saw through me, past all the noise and what could be. You gave me peace I couldn't find in all the chaos of my mind. Stillwater eyes, they linger still beyond the edge of time and still as the moon and just as wise, I'm lost inside your Stillwater eyes. every vow. They float above me even now. We wrote our names on fragile light, folded dreams and let them rise. In paper lanterns, hopes took flight, but love burned fast behind our eyes. You held me close but looked away, as if tomorrow stole today. And though you never said goodbye, I felt it hanging in the sky. You left me with 1,000 stars, but none could mend these faded scars. Paper lanterns drifting slow, carrying the love I used to know. In every flame a wish remains, but nothing stops the coming rain. Paper lanterns, soft and wide, fade like the tears I try to hide. I walk beneath the velvet dome of floating lights that once felt home. They flicker like the words we said, now only silence lies instead. You were a spark I couldn't keep, a secret I will always keep. Though time has tried to dim the glow, some embers never let me go. If I could write just one more line, I'd send it up and call it mine, to tell you love still haunts the air where paper lanterns disappear. Paper lanterns drifting slow, carrying the love I used to know. In every flame a wish remains, but nothing stops the coming rain. Paper lanterns, soft and wide, fade like the tears I try to hide. I watch them fly in and disappear, but still I hope you'll see them clear. I still remember how it felt before the silence slowly knelt. You painted days in shades of gold, a love so bright yet uncontrolled. We laughed in rooms that breathed our names, touch my world with every hue, then faded out like skies turn blue. No warning, just a closing door, and all the light we had before. I trace our memories in the dust of something pure, of something just. The color left behind is gray, where love once lived and lit the way. Your brushstrokes still across my mind, a gallery I can't unwind. The color left behind is true. It stains the heart. It stains like you. I hang your voice in picture frames. It haunts my sleep, it calls my name. I chase the reds, the vibrant blues, but everything just leads to you. Our palette cracked beneath the weight of time and wrong and shifting fate. Now all that's left is pain and pain, in streaks of loss I can't explain. If I could paint us once again, I'd hold the lines I wouldn't bend. But life erased us stroke by stroke. Now love's a canvas full of smoke. The color left behind is gray, where love once lived and lit the way. Your brushstrokes still across my mind, a gallery I can't unwind. The color left behind is true. It stains the heart. It stains like you. You were my fire, bold and bright. Now you're just shadow, lost to light. The color left behind is gray, where love once lived and lit the way. Your brushstrokes still across my mind, a gallery I can't unwind. The color left behind is true. It stains the heart. It stains like you. Ooh. Moonlight touched the frost where your hand lay. It whispered all you didn't say. We walked where snow forgot to melt, where every look was deeply felt. The silence spoke in steady tones, like chapel bells made out of bones. Your breath on glass, a ghostly sigh. It etched a truth we can't deny. You loved me then, you let me go, like watching flames fade in the snow. We danced beneath the moon so wide, but I was cold and you just lied. Winterglass, you broke so slow, cracks appearing where love should grow. Reflections fade, but still I see the way you used to look at me. Winterglass, so sharp, so clear, now all that's left is shattered fear. You gave me warmth you couldn't keep, and buried vows in frozen sleep. I reached for you through frosted light, but distance blurred you out of sight. The promises we didn't make were colder than the heart you break. Yet even now I hold my breath to feel you near, despite your death. Would you return if time stood still? Or was I glass you meant to kill? I break in silence, break with grace, still holding on to your last trace. Winterglass, you broke so slow, cracks appearing where love should grow. Reflections fade, but still I see the way you used to look at me. Winterglass, so sharp, so clear, now all that's left is shattered fear. I trace the shards the way you passed, still frozen in this winter glass.